What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? It is the mail room live on 101 TKO Radio.
Whoop,
Listen,
whoop.
we are in the studio. I got my friends. I am TaShon, and I got my friends on the in the building with me. I got Tank the Sports Guy. What's
Good
going on?
morning. Good morning.
I got LaRon,
Yes, yes,
Mr.
yes,
Takeover,
yes, yes,
and
yes.
I got DJ Johnny Prince. And we got Matt on the ones and twos in the studio with us, y'all. Listen, it is we are back. I missed y'all last week. 'Cause
Did you really?
I
Did you
did.
really miss?
You know, I did.
No, she
I
didn't, cause
missed
we
it.
made her sick. That's what she told me, Tank, before we
Y'all
went
did
live.
make me,
She ain't been
y'all
so.
did make me sick last week, the week before last. I'm just gonna let y'all know because Craig and y'all, when they had the
Uh-huh.
frat house boys,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
y'all came in
Uh-huh.
with that nonsense.
Uh-huh.
Y'all were good.
Uh-huh.
Then y'all told me to get rid of the app.
Uh-huh.
And I kid y'all not, I was trying to get rid of the app, right? As soon as I tried to get rid of the app, guess what happened? I got sick.
Wow.
Yep, been down for 7 days.
And
Yeah.
let me guess. The Lord told you
He
it
said
was our fault.
it was y'all's fault. And
Hmm.
so that
Tell her
for
both they
7 days, I was in
Oh,
the
Really?
bed.
Really?
I didn't have a voice. I did, it was y'all's fault.
It's
I
sad.
couldn't, Chef had to sleep on the couch for seven
Mm.
days.
Oh, Chef, I couldn't get it for 7 days.
He was fine with it. He was like, I ain't trying to get
All of a
sleep.
sudden, Chef
Yeah, he
oh,
he was fine, cause he knew you was being
oh,
just.
what
I
happened that
lost
Chef
3 pounds. Y'all see it.
oh snap!
Hey,
Oh snap!
only a woman would turn COVID into a weight loss program.
Y'all see it. I lost three
Only a
pounds.
woman.
That's it.
That what it was.
That's it.
Let me guess.
COVID is a weight loss
In
program.
7 days.
I couldn't eat nothing. My throat was like, but that was a whole fiasco.
But Chef
So
didn't get sick though.
he didn't get sick.
Hmm.
He didn't get sick. He tried to feed me the soup
Things to
and
make you say,
all the good
I'm
Yeah,
stuff.
glad Chef didn't get sick.
yeah.
You know what? Because I think it was y'all men that put that on
Oh
me last
man.
Yeah.
Oh,
week.
wait a
Hmm.
minute. We throwing voodoo
Oh.
in
You
over
know,
there.
Y'all,
Oh.
if
I
that's the case, then we helped you, cause you couldn't taste anything. The
I
reason for you
couldn't.
not
Guess
tasting no
what?
wings. So
That's right.
Guess what?
That's right.
On
That's
that
right.
sixth day, that
On
seventh
that
day,
6th day, the wing was delivered.
it sure was. 'Cause I hit that eat button. I hit that Uber Eat button
Oh my
from
God.
Jamal's Wings. Okay, got my 10 piece.
Oh
I
my
couldn't
God.
hardly taste because my taste buds was still out of whack, but that's okay. I was in my head. I knew exactly how it was.
wait, hold on. Let me. I'm
Wait,
ser-
hold
I'm
on.
I
I'm
knew.
Wait,
searching
Thank you,
Jamal's wings
Stephanie.
right
you,
now,
you
so I
were
can
eating
call him.
wings but tasting them in your mouth.
I sure was.
Yeah, do
Why
that.
Jamal.
don't you
Do that,
taste them in
Ron.
your mind more often and just don't eat the wings?
Uh-huh.
It was a visual thing. I had to have my hands were all sticky and so, and I was sitting there, and he was like, he didn't even fuss with me. He just laughed at me. He was like, "Is that gonna, even with the coke? I even had a coke, and it was burning my throat, y'all. That's how bad it was.
Mm-mm.
Like that's how bad it was. I did. I was trying to,
Yeah, let's see.
but I'm
Jamal
gonna do
wings.
better.
On our deathbed, we don't want to do that.
But I'm gonna do right. September 1st, I'm gonna do
Hey,
right.
hold on. That day keep moving.
Yeah, it
Jamal.
moved.
that day.
Cause I lost these 3 times, so I
She
want to
can
make
reset.
sure
You can reset the
I can
date now.
reset.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
and
okay.
so at
Was that
McDonald's,
two? Yeah,
how they always say
2001
wait.
MLK Drive. Jamal
Yeah.
wings.
What?
Yep.
That
That's
Yep,
Jamal
it.
Buffalo
That's
yep.
it.
wings.
That's
Okay,
it.
so
I've been with him since Morris Brown days. Like that small wings.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Give him a
Uh,
call. Give him
yes.
a call,
so I'm gonna
Ron.
give them a call later on today and let them know that you have been
Don't mess up my
banned from.
plug. Don't mess up my plug. They
But
ain't got nothing to do with you. They ain't got that. Stay in
hey,
your
she
lane.
didn't tell you to mind your business.
That's it. Y'all men last week. Y'all did this. Y'all did this. Y'all told me to take off that app, and I got sick.
Mm-mm,
I got sick. That's y'all fault.
mm-mm.
So I missed
And
the
let me
whole.
guess that hot grease healed everything.
It did. Yeah. It was nothing
Everything.
like it wasn't natural. Jeff been trying to feed me soups and honey teas, different ginger roots and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, it ain't helping. I need something to eat. He was like, you got something to eat. Here goes some fresh vegetable soup.
That's right.
Like,
That's
he
right.
makes his stuff natural. Like, he make it from farmers market and junk.
You need a little something artificial.
Yeah.
Little,
I need some
you need some
clogged
goodness.
artery stuff.
Something dirty, right?
Arteries.
I need some. I need
You don't
something to
need grease, you
remind me.
need lard.
And then
Oh
he
my
go,
God.
Chef is just that. Oh, he just keeps making me mad, right? So I said, you're not gonna. I said, go get me something. I said, cause I can't taste nothing. He said, what you want? I said, well. He said, I'm not gonna get. He denied me for 4 or 5 days. He denied me.
Why would I keep to the delinquency?
So that's why I just went on and took matters in my own hands.
See.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Hey,
gosh.
eat.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, you can't tell a woman
I
nothing.
Yeah, I got the numbers. I
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm delivered.
But I'm gonna listen on September 24th for the all listening party.
Hey, Tank, hey, that's what she said.
That
That's what she said a couple Saturdays ago, then.
Yeah.
No, because September 1st, I'm gonna do right.
How?
How? I'm gonna go ahead and delete the app because I think it's out of my system.
No, we already know. We've seen that is not working. That is
What app you talking about?
That's like after the patient died, then it's in the heart. No, you gotta do
It's y'all fault. And Matt, now that you
come
in
on.
here, it's your fault too. It's your fault too.
Matt, because hey,
Y'all
listen,
contributed.
you
Y'all contributed to this madness.
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying.
and this young man over here says, do you hear this, right? I did. Listen, you understand this is what you just future. Hey, we got a live one over here, fellas. Already in.
Yo.
Already in. Whether you know it or not. Hey, let me ask you one question. You see your whole social? Everything done.
Oh yeah, you
done.
Done.
She got credit cards in his name.
You know what? Let's take you to trouble now.
Okay.
That's 17 years of talking.
I'm in.
Don't let me get you in trouble.
I know the day that tomorrow she gonna be willing to bury me. So it's over. Hey, I know my place. I know my role. I signed up for this. I signed a piece of paper, ownership. I'm a 74 model.
You know what?
Hey, they ain't no replacement part. She take care of pretty good. Now the engine's still running. Brake's good. Hey, I had to hit him a couple times real hard.
That's right, Stephanie. It's always a fault. Thank you, Stephanie, for tuning in from Detroit all the way. Listen, I need y'all to go on over to 101tkoradio.com. And I need y'all to tune in. We are live. I got all my friends in the building with me today. It feels so good. And we're going to be in the building September 24th. Y'all better go get those tickets, y'all.
Get them tickets,
go get
baby.
your tickets. You do not want to miss.
This going to be fun.
Yes.
Hey, you know, I bet you she had wings, though.
But you know what? She's not going to make me no wings.
No, she is.
She's going to make me no wings.
She going to be like,
you know she is.
Y'all going to have me.
She gonna come into the stage. Are you gonna see the bone?
Nelson sent me this meme the other day, and he was like, he said, "This is you." I said, "Yep." I was like, "I want to go home." The little baby was singing, and her mama was feeding her the applesauce or whatever, and it had the caption, "When you want a 10-piece wing." And I was like, "That's me." If y'all don't know nothing else about me, y'all know I like to eat, and y'all know that wings are my favorite food.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, girl.
I am. I'm getting there. Stephanie said, "What's going on the 24th, y'all? What's going on the 24th? It is the All Black Listening Party.
Listen,
it is September 24th. It is, and I know people have been like, "Oh, you sing or whatever." No, I don't sing. I don't DJ. I don't do none of that. But the listening party is. Listen, I got a male panel of 6 black men going to be on the panel. They're going to actually be talking, and we're going to be listening to them, like to the men talk about life and their perspective on sex, marriage, single life, finances, and what's just going on in the world. So, we're always quick to, gather with our girlfriends, and we try to tell y'all how to live your life, and we try to give y'all advice, right? but we really never considered y'all. I ain't tell y'all to back me up. I ain't tell y'all to do all that. Y'all just listen. Y'all just listen, all right?
I wanted to. I ain't gonna lie.
So this is the opportunity where we're going to sit back and we're going to listen to y'all talk and tell us what's going on in your life and so forth. Last year was the kickoff. We had a wonderful time. This year, it's getting bigger and better every year.
Now,
I cannot.
Now last year it was all.
It was all white last year.
Yeah.
Outside.
So I got some photos of that. That's all.
So this year the color is black. All black. I mean, you're sexy, sassy, sultry, black. It's not formal. It's however you want to feel in your black. Because I love the color black.
That's my natural color.
That's it. We black. So go get your tickets on IamTrinetteLCollier.com. And they're on sale right now, y'all, for $50. You cannot beat that. Include your food.
Hold on, wait.
Your music.
Listen, and she said black. She
all black.
Coming in a fire red dress.
Don't come in. I'm telling you, I'm gonna turn you around. I'm be like, P did it. I'm gonna turn you around.
Hey, I don't care if that's small.
Do it.
I'm gonna turn you
I don't care if that's small. You gotta go.
I'm gonna turn. Thank you, Stephanie. She said, okay, sounds nice. I'm gonna invite my cousins over and happy. And where's the link? The link, I will put it right here. Go to my website. I am TaShon.
Hey, whatever 2 cousins you bring, you might get a free song.
You know,
that's right.
Every 2 cousins. Whatever 2 cousins you bring, that's special. You might get a serenade.
So going over and get those tickets, I'm telling you, won't be disappointed. I know it's a lot going on in the city, but it's the last summer party in the A. You know what I'm saying?
With an extra Jamal's wing on the side.
Bring it with an extra Jamal. You bring me some wings now. I gotta get you in.
Hold on.
Bring me some wings. I'll let you get in. Lemon pepper or the honey barbecue. Bring me my 10-piece. I'll let you get in. I'll slide you in.
You gonna slide him in?
Meet me at the door. Meet me on the side door.
You're crazy.
But I need y'all to come on and get them tickets because we got DJ Johnny Prince on the ones and twos.
Yes.
Hide that, Johnny Prince, hide that because you know how Facebook be tripping on.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you know last time.
I put my cigars on. I put my cigars away. It's a cigar, y'all.
Chef, I did give you props that you were trying to, you were helping me, Chef. So, hey, Caprice. But yeah, I need y'all to go on the website, get your tickets. And you know what? Go ahead and get in where you fit in on September 24th. Make it a date night. Like I got couples who are coming. It'll be good for couples. You know what I'm saying? Make it a girls' night. Bring your girls. Make it a guy night.
Yeah.
Look, that's what I'm talking about. Matt said him and his girl gonna come through. Listen, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, it's clean, grown-up fun.
Yeah.
You know, no crap, no bull crap. It's a grown audience. It's still gonna be safe because I'm still, want to make sure everybody's safe. So we spread out. I mean, like literally, it is grown and sexy fun.
It was awesome.
It is. It was awesome.
It was.
The questions were grown.
The questions were grown. It was no play, and we heard it from y'all. That's what the feedback was. We actually heard from the men. You know what I'm saying? So y'all were.
They did listen to you. They did listen.
But y'all had us listening, though. You know. So,
did y'all listen? How was the year? Did you listen? Did you really listen?
No,
I mean, we had a little up and down.
I don't think the host did, but I think everybody else did.
LeRon, you about to get fired. Listen. You about to get fired. I had a struggle.
LeRon, just email her a picture of a 6-piece.
I had a struggle, okay? Hey, Pastor Jimmy,
email her some coupons.
I've been going through counseling, therapy, and all that for the year since the last party.
How did you get hooked?
Hooked on what? On the wings? You know, it started when I moved to Georgia. We ain't eat no wings in California.
Don't blame it on us.
We ain't no chippy.
Don't blame it on us.
I mean, Matt, you about to get fired. Wait, I'm you about to get fired.
I'm just trying to figure it out. What happened to the free range chicken? All of our chickens are free range.
So when we moved to Georgia, and then they introduced me to the whole wing thing, this was back in '90s. I fell in love with it, the lemon pepper. lemon pepper, not lemon pepper, because we were pronouncing it lemon pepper. They were like, no, it's lemon pepper.
You're the proper side.
I was the proper. I was like, let me have that. Can I have a what is the lemon pepper?
Lemon pepper.
I was like, lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper.
Yes, Pastor G, a wing and a bread. That's why I was like, what is the lemon pepper wing? What are those? Like, and so the girl down on MLK at one of them little shops, she's like, you want a 10-piece lemon pepper? I was like, yeah, if that's what y'all say, lemon pepper. I was like, lemon pepper or lemon pepper? Oh.
You know, it's a difference. The
Old
flake.
Bay wing?
They don't got them down here. This dude said this was seafood seasoning.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Old Bay wings, honey.
Oh, he got that serious look
You
too.
for real about that?
Yeah, what?
Oh,
Old Bay seasoning.
Old Bay seasoning.
Honey Old Bay, honey hot Old Bay.
Oh, I can do that now.
Oh wow.
I can do that.
When lemon pepper first came out, that was the one.
Right.
And once they started throwing the Old Bays on the wings back home, I was like, oh, okay.
Ooh.
That's what I want. Give me that.
Chef. I got it to September 1st.
See, he had that confused look on his face. I let you know he was dead. Like he was remembering putting one. Nah, you don't understand. It's real. It's real.
Let me find some Old Bay wings. Oh,
hold on, we just hold on.
We gotta make our own.
Unless you go to mail. Yeah, let's go to mail.
Oh,
listen. Okay, so look, we gotta take a quick song break, and when we come back, we're gonna bring in our guest Darius, elder life coach, and we're gonna finish. Yeah, we about to go on this road trip to Maryland. You know, listen, stay tuned, stay connected to 101 TKO Radio. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Music is muted.
And we are back. What's up? What's up, you guys?
Good morning.
It is. Wait a minute. Is that me?
Yep, that's you. That's the echo.
What's going on, y'all? We are live back.
Mr. Wayne's. Mr. Wayne's.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's not me though.
It's our guest. You got to mute it. You might have to put some headphones on, son.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We are live back at 101TKORadio.com in the mail room. I got a little echo.
I need headphones, right?
Yeah. I need some earphones.
It's their headphones. Y'all, we still technology.
You know that metaverse coming.
Can y'all hear?
Yeah, we can hear y'all. We just can't hear speakers. That's why we get this.
My microphone?
No, it's his. We gotta put that.
No, he gonna need headphones. His audio is coming back through the mic.
Yeah.
Okay, let me mute him now.
I often say you might
Okay,
want
what
to mute
about
him.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just wait for him a little bit though, right now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So listen, we are back live in the studio, and before we left, Max was, telling us about these Old Bay wings. So guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to find them.
Okay, you can't find them. You
Well,
have to make
Tank,
them. And you have a chef at home.
Tank,
But guess what?
we're going to make those. We're going to find them. Okay? But we're going to finish discussing that when we get back. Because y'all,
Yes.
I swear, y'all trying to do me in. The men of the mail room, they trying to, y'all just, listen. My feelings are hurt right now.
Oh
Y'all
my
don't want me to be great. Y'all don't want me to be great with the wings, but that's okay. We're not going to show out in front of our guest, Darius Elder. Like, he's a life coach, and maybe he can life coach y'all through this. Because y'all not understanding me right
Mr. Elder,
now.
my life coach need a life coach.
Y'all not understanding me.
We
Darius.
need to save some lives today.
Darius. How you doing, Darius?
Because they're drowning in wing salt.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Do you hear this, Darius? Do you have any openings on your book? Do you hear this?
Listen,
They don't want me to be crazy.
I came in the latter part of the whole issue of the wings. So I was like, wait, what? This is good already. You're talking about wings and it's like, okay, what are we doing here? All right.
I mean, I'm sorry you had to come in on this, Darius, but we need you, okay? So welcome, Darius, to the mail room. Listen, I have my good friend Darius Elder. He is a certified coach. The business is Lead 180 Coaching. Darius, welcome this morning to the mail room. How are you?
I'm great. Good morning. Thank you all for having me. I'm excited about this opportunity, and so just ready to go. Looks like it's fun already.
That's it. Let's jump right into this. Tell us who you are and what you do.
So I Darius Elder. I've been coaching for maybe, you know what? I'll take that back. I've been coaching for a long time, but I didn't know that I was doing it.
I like that.
Until somebody told me about it. Like, hey, you do know this is what you're doing, right? I was like, wait, wow. I've always been intrigued with conversation, helping people take next steps. So I am a pastor on a staff, but for me, it was more about kind of the one-on-one passion that I have for people, whether it's a marriage, whether it's men, just really having passion to talk to people and help them kind of get from where they are to where they want to go. And so I've been doing it for the last, professionally, I've been doing it for the last 2 years. And so it's been a joy. And I just started the business at the end of last year. So we
Oh
just kind
wow!
of up and running.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Thank you.
what prompted
Congrats,
you to
congrats.
start to like really go into your new calling, because you are a pastor. You also you sing. People don't know you're an artist as well. But
Okay.
what made you go into to pursue this full time?
Yeah, so it really started around 2015. I was because I've been working in ministry pretty much the last um, 20 years full time, and so around 2013 is when it started kind of like I want to start doing something different. I just didn't know what, and so for the longest, my wife asked me all the time, "Babe, what do you want to do?" I don't know. I just over and over like for years. And then I ran into a John Maxwell program and heard about it, and it took me a year to really dive into it because it was always a money issue. Like when you're trying to do something or you're trying to figure stuff out, like it costs money. Nah, I bet not. That's too much. And so finally one day, I got an email from the company, from the John Maxwell company, that had emailed me a year prior. And so it stopped me in my tracks. I was like, wait a minute, bro, you could be done with this program. Why are you dragging your feet? And so I told the lady, I said, hey, give me to Monday morning. I'll have that deposit. Because at that point I was desperate. I was like, there's something I need to change. So why keep sleeping on what's out here? Like you keep complaining about you don't know what you want to do. At least put your foot out there. Like do what's in front of you, right?
Yeah.
So that was the thing that was in front of me.
That's right.
And so I decided to go through that program. And then when I went to Orlando last August, I'm actually going back next week. When I went to Orlando last August, I found my tribe. I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to coach on executive level. I want to do one-on-one coaching with people who kind of just stuck. And so I finally got unstuck. In
Your own testimony.
Yeah, I finally got unstuck 2 years ago because it was a long process, and so kind of figured it out because I wanted to make a difference in a different way. Church is great. It's great, but it comes a time where you need to lead before walls. And so
man, that was deep. I like that.
Talk about
that's kind of where I went. You know,
talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mention that because by you being a minister, you know the power of prayer, you know the word and whatnot. And I think as Christians, we often get stuck, and we're like, well, we'll just pray about it, we'll just go to church about it, but not realize that God sends us people in the tools to use, and coaches and therapists are those tools that God places. And so, do you say that are you a faith-based coaching? Do you use God's principles to help you with your coaching for your clients?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't just come out with I don't advertise it that way, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
in the way that I coach, in the way that I use some of the way we practice, it's obvious, right? When you're talking about building character and don't necessarily say higher power, but I will say, well, I'm a person of Christian faith. And so if you would allow me to say blah, 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 or if you, it's obvious, right? When I know that they're a Christian, when I know they're Christian, then I can just, we can go. But if I don't know the relationship, I'll ease it in, and it's obvious that I'm not necessarily using scripture, but you could tell that there is a underpinning of faith there.
Right. How hard is it to coach men in this day and age, especially Black men who are not who haven't totally bought into therapy and coaching and whatnot, and again, this show is about healing,
Yeah.
healing the family, the Black family, and so forth. And a lot of times we shun it like, oh, we don't need no coaching, we don't need like therapy and whatnot. Is it hard to coach men in these times?
Um, yes and no. I say yes, uh, because we naturally don't want to talk. Like it's that demon has been passed down from generation to
Thank
generation.
you. I was just going to ask you, what do you
Yep.
think that issue is? And you just said it.
Yep.
So, yep.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
been passed down from generation to generation. As a matter of fact, it would say, don't tell nobody your business, and you're a man, suck it up, all those kind of things. So that's to the yes part of it. No, I say no because we're in prime season for it right now. Like especially the last 2 years, there are more men wanting to talk now more than ever. Now, it's to get them to the place of being comfortable, to trust you, to trust that you are going to guard what they're telling you, right? So that's the big thing is the issue of trust, feeling like you're being judged and things of that nature. So that's to the no. It's not hard when they're ready. When they're ready to talk, if the world is crashing down on them, it's like I need an outlet, and really, and that's what that's what coaching is. The client is doing most of the talking,
Right.
and so you will find yourself like, man, I didn't know I needed that. I asked you
Yeah.
one question, and I might not get a word in until the last 5 minutes of the session, and I felt like my job is complete in that session because you talked, you expressed, and I just asked questions to kind of guide the conversation. So yeah, yes and no, but now more than ever, you're finding men wanting that they're looking for people that they trust. Is key. They'll open up if they trust you.
Really?
If you're not open to um, taking the long walk,
Okay.
I got an example for you. There's a gentleman I'm coaching now. It started out. He was in. He called the church one day. He was just in a desperate situation, but he is 40 in mid 40s, and he had done the unthinkable to his wife, and meaning he spit in his wife's face. And so so he was just he was at a low point. So called the church. I said, hey,
Wow.
come in later today. I'll clear my schedule and come in. So long story short, that was 2018. And so we're kind of talking about faith, right? He was from the Bronx, and so he just hardcore guy, did some time,
Right.
a lot of illegal stuff, whatever. So I didn't go in immediately praying. I didn't go in immediately, saying what you need to do. I just listened to this man talk for every week for maybe 6 or 7 months.
Wow.
So on and off. So he would show up, then he'll disappear for weeks, months. Then, hey man, we need to talk. We need to get back together. So this relationship has been going on for 4 years, off and on. And now he just opens up to anything I say. Like, so got him to a point to where he could trust me.
Okay.
And so now he just want to talk all the time and want to like, hey. So if they trust you, they'll open up. Matter of fact, I'm like, dude, I don't know what else to tell you, because now you still want to talk every week. But I've learned that it's not, again, it's not about me. You just need to
Right.
So
Right.
let me ask, what you saying that then, does that open the door to say to women having a safe space for their partner to speak is like one of the best things when it comes down to a man opening up to, because that's the thing, that women find difficult, the men opening up. And I've been seeing that a lot on social media where, be his safe space,
Mm-hmm.
um, because I can vouch for that, that my wife is a very good space for me, that she allows me to be vulnerable and open. And if I didn't have that, I don't think I would be as strong in this relationship as I am.
100%. Like, to your point, for me, it was the relationship with another guy that helped me to have a better space in my marriage. Like, to help me to see the blind spots, to help me, or it's just me watching the way he treats his wife, or
Right.
just like, oh wow, and so, because a lot of times we, you remember the statement from the Jerry Maguire movie, like, they wrote the elevator scene where, like, that you complete me.
Yeah.
That is, in my estimation, I don't agree with that,
Yeah.
because your spouse does not have everything you completely need. Like,
No.
That's right.
that's
No.
impossible,
That's right.
right?
No.
That's right.
Uh,
That's right.
so for me, it wasn't until I had accountability that I became a better husband.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
Yep.
right.
You know what I mean? I didn't get to that point of what you were talking about, of safe space and vulnerability with life, until I had somebody I was accountable to. So, so yeah.
And it kind of seems as men, we're more accountable to each other, because it's kind of hard to sit there and run the BS story when,
That's
hey,
right.
I done been through the same thing you done been through. Please don't see. Hey, ask me no questions, tell me no lies.
So
That's right.
how did you to the men out there, because again, we're all about healing, and I want to see everybody win. I want to see, especially our men, because we've been in our generation, we've been holding on to so much, and a lot of us just need to release it. So how do you encourage those men that say, I don't need nobody to talk to, I ain't gonna sit on nobody's couch, yada yada yada. Therapy is for white people, this, that, and that. How do you break that barrier? How do you break that stigma and say it's okay to get a life coach? It's okay to go to therapy. How do you say that to a lot of the guys that are still out here that really want to but are afraid to?
Um, so for me, it's all about strategy. One being that, like, me telling you a little bit of my story,
Okay.
and for me to say, hey, I did this, I did that, and then to say, well, you know what, how that helped? I ended up getting me a coach.
Yeah.
And, like, it's like, really? That's part of, like, this kind of sharing where you've been, and being, yeah, I remember being that person that said I would never talk to nobody, da da da. But when it happened, my life changed, right? So that part, and then two, it's the slow fade of the conversation. Like,
Okay.
once I know you don't want to do this, I know how to in my conversations. Eventually, you're going to see that you're being coached.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
But to the person who is trying to convince somebody else, and it takes a minute, and it has to be
Yeah.
about um, your story. Like if you can give your
Transparency.
the transparency, right? If you can tell, hey, man, I know, I know, I know exactly where you are. That was me 5 years ago. That was me 2 years ago. But I'm telling you, just give it one try. If one try, if you don't like it, I get it. But that one try normally leads to
Mhm.
several other sessions. You know.
Wow.
You got to understand. I think that everything has been used against us. You know what I mean? Everything. You know what I mean? From our women to to everything we say do, and everything we say and do could be positive. You know what I mean? We be blamed for everything. So who to trust? So it's difficult
Yeah.
for us to open up. You know what I mean? Who to who?
Yeah.
How do I know
Yeah.
that you ain't gonna use it against me? Because everything, a woman plowed doing 100 miles on a side street, killed 6 people, and blamed it on the man. Like this is
Mm.
what we're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's difficult for us to open up, but it's needed though. You know what I mean,
Mm.
man? If
Yeah.
you're hearing this,
Definitely.
you gotta start talking. You gotta
Yeah.
start talking because what's happening now is things are about, we're boiling over. We're boiling over, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we reacting to taking it out on the people we love and ourselves. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
ourselves. Hoarding that in can literally stop your heart. Literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta
And
understand
and
that.
I and life coaching, Darius, it's a no judgment zone for you, right? So
Absolutely.
that's very important
Absolutely.
for the men to understand. Is no judgment. So you just want them to come in and start talking to you.
Yeah. And so yeah, that's very very key. Uh, and and to know that like, hey, I'm not here to fix you.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Mm, okay.
That
Right.
You
that
can't.
that right,
Yeah,
right.
right,
But
right.
that is an assumption of like
Hmm.
you you that's the first thing. I mean, ain't nobody trying to fix me. Ain't nobody
Yeah.
gonna fix me. You know what I mean? That's what with therapy,
Mhm.
Yeah.
counseling. But from the coaching standpoint, it's what you every session is what you want to talk about. You drive the agenda. So you come in like, you know what, man, I want to work on my temper. Then there we go. We're talking about the temper. Then we talk about the obstacles, like why we there, and we give options, and then we leave with, hey, what's the action item? What are you gonna do next for the next 5 days or for the next 2 weeks to attack this temper issue? Boom. And we come back the next time. How did it go? Then the next time, you know what? I want to talk about. I need peace. Whatever. So it's kind
Right.
of that organic talk and relationship. So it's nothing planned. It's all organic.
The more
What?
we realize
Oh,
that counseling and coachings are more or less tools for us to fix ourselves versus
Yeah.
that particular
right.
person to
That's right.
fix us is when it becomes useful in a sense. But yeah, a lot of
Absolutely.
folks think
Right.
that they're there and we're paying them to fix our problem, and so a lot of people don't take accountability of the fact that sometimes they're in the situation they're in because they're putting themselves in it.
Right.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Now your specialty, Darius, is just men in marriage.
Well, I I would love um, to say that I'm a expert. But I'm out here just uh,
Right.
what I it's life coaching in general. Like
Okay.
I desire to coach more men, but unfortunately, I'm coaching more women than men right now. Right now, I
Yeah.
have I have 10 clients currently, and out of the 10, um, 4 are men.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
and so uh, I don't want my business to be women
Yeah.
dominated,
Women driven.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Women driven, um, but just life coaching in general, and then of course the leadership aspect too. So life and leadership are my what I'm driving for. So at first, when I first started, it was more, I would say, men, ministries, and marriage. But then I was like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of limit. All of that is encompassing of life and leadership, right? So I just kind of open
Right.
it up to say life and leadership.
No doubt.
Wow. So we're live, y'all, on 101
Yeah.
TKO Radio in the mail room, and we have
Mm-hmm.
with life coach Darius Elder. And listen, I need y'all to connect with him because again, he is needed in the community. He is needed on so many levels. And like you just said, most of his clients are women, but we know that men need this service. Well, and
Mm-hmm.
how do we get y'all to start going? Because we as women, we need y'all to start the healing process as well. Now I do admit that we, have tried to fit y'all. I was one of those fixers. We have tried to fit y'all.
Well, I'll be honest. Some of the things that go on with men get accepted.
Right.
The
Yeah.
only and I've been listening lately to a lot of posts from TDJ and
Yeah.
from Deion Sanders followers,
Yeah.
and one of the things that they were talking about was that men need to start opening up to each other
Okay.
because every
Mm-hmm.
situation that you go through, you can't talk to your wife
Right.
about
Right.
because
No.
and it's not to have people hit me in my DMs saying, "Oh, what women are
I
not
agree with
men."
that.
They can't identify with
Yeah.
everything that goes on
Right.
with a man's life. Another man can because the
Right.
same thing that has beaten this black man down is beating this black man down,
Right.
and because we both been beat down,
Yeah.
we can actually talk about it and vent about it
Yeah.
in a
Right.
different way and understand each other. And
Yeah.
that's something that's not happening. The
Mm-hmm.
same traffic stop he got last week. But instead of us meeting together to
Yeah.
talk about and to kind of de-escalate it,
Yeah.
we have to first get through the barrier of the aggression between us two as black men.
Yeah.
Because we
That's right.
meet each other with that aggression before we do anything. Before we gas each other up, we look at each
Yep.
other crazy and get that little step. You
Yep.
all right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not necessary.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the thing is, why should I put up when I know I can't go home and
Right.
talk to my queen? Because sometimes it's like, and it's just to be honest,
Yeah.
it's like you go out in this world and you've been beat down all day to come home to somebody who's whipping you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you see, no matter how much you love her,
Yeah.
but if you see that person as, you know what, you have to find somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And who
That's
else
right.
besides your brother are you supposed to talk to?
Right.
Y'all
Right.
both got beat with that same whip. Why y'all not discussing?
Right.
Talking
Yeah.
about how it
Mm-hmm.
happened, how can we avoid it again? But we don't do that. We meet each other with such aggression and anger. For what? Why are
Mm-hmm.
we angry at each other as black men?
We have to
We
unlearn the
staring at, we got
Need
the
to talk
same
about it.
music playing in our car, but we
That's right.
mugging at each other and staring at
That's
each other
right.
in the car. So what? Why?
Mm-hmm.
If anything, to get out of the car, hey, bro, what's going on with you, bro? And dap you up.
Yeah.
People look at us crazy, but you know what, though? Hey, instead of me sitting and staring at this man and mugging him down in traffic like I'm stupid, you know, it doesn't make sense. We meet
Yeah.
each other with such aggression, you don't want to talk to the next man.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I don't understand that because a lot of stuff that go on, only this next brother next to you will understand it.
Yeah.
It just happened to him too.
Yeah.
It's a learned system, Tank, and that it's
Yeah. Yeah.
something
Yeah.
that's been learned, and we have to unlearn it. And that's
Yeah.
something that I've been saying that hurts me is that we know it's a false system and a system
Yeah.
that has been embedded due to years and years of implantation.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we know this to be true and we run away from trying to unlearn it because we think that's the right thing. So me hating you is
Mm-hmm.
that's what they telling us. Me trying to be better than you is the best thing for me. Me not allowing you or giving
Mm-hmm.
you any way in on how I'm making $15 million a week because I'm too scared that you're gonna sit up here and take what I got. It's a system that's just been
Yep.
embedded in us, and we're so scared to let it go. But for us to let it go, we're open exactly what you're referring to.
That's right.
It's they just
Yeah.
we're too scared to do it because we feel
Yeah.
like we're gonna lose that. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it that the system has taught us if we look like them, dress like them, walk like them, we're worthy, and that's far away from the truth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because no matter how much I try and put a suit and tie on Monday through Friday, I'm still
Yep.
black.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
I wake up in the morning. That's the first. Hey,
That's it.
you are a black man. First thing you wake up in the morning.
That's
you get on
right.
your knees and say your prayer. You say them as a black man.
Yeah.
That's right.
But again,
Nothing
that's
else.
something that we gotta all get over because we need. I mean, and it's a trickle down effect. We're
Yeah.
passing it down to our
Yeah.
young black youth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Darius, before we wrap up, again, I hate that we have to end our sessions, but this won't be the last time because I definitely want the mailroom to partner with you because again, this is the purpose of the mailroom to
Yeah.
start this healing process among our men and whatnot. Tell us, what is your motto? What is your motto?
So my motto for Lead 180 is to create undeniable contrast in performance, perspective, and passion. So my goal is
Repeat that?
is to create undeniable contrast in perspective, performance, and passion. So like that's the idea for 180, right? 180 is a contract. So when you first sit down with me, it's you have one perspective or you have a performance issue or you're not passionate, but by the time we finished our 3 month, 6 month, or year relationship, the goal is to have an undeniable contrast from when we first started, right? And so one of the ways in which I get people, and more specifically, I want, since we're talking about men, I offer my first session free, like the whole hour, like, hey, first session free, then we, if you like it, cool. If not, then, it's not for you, or I'm not the person to get you to where you need to go, right? Or I will try to recommend you to something. If I'm not the person, I'm like, hey, I
like
got
that.
my dude over here can
Yeah.
Can help you. It's all about helping create that value there in whatever way it needs to be. So, yep, that's my motto for Lead 180.
Wow.
That's what's
Darius
up.
Elder, you guys, Lead 180. Listen, before we head out, tell us how we can support and follow you because I'm I'll be contacting you after the show and whatnot. But how can we support you and where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm still working on that. I've started the business. I got my card. I'm just pray for me. I need coaching in how to promote myself because I don't like doing all that. Like and so but right now just Darius.elder@lead180.org. That's my email address. Or you can give me a call 470-825-2439. But hopefully by the next time I'm on the show, I would have my media presence.
No doubt.
But you have a commercial with us, so they do hear you. 101 TKO Radio. He does have his commercial with us, so he's definitely part of our family and whatnot. So we appreciate that so much. But we definitely will stay connected. You will be back on the show and so forth because it's so much to unpack, especially for these days as we're coming off of the pandemic, going into I don't even know if we're in another pandemic or whatnot, but whatever we're going into, it's the book of Revelation.
Exactly.
I pray this monkeypox mess goes.
Right.
Anyway,
because I don't know what we're going into, but we do need those services. We do need you as a life coach because people are looking for that they're looking for solutions, and God has placed people in our lives, such as yourself, to help us with that, not to fix us like that. And I'm so glad you did say that. He's not a fixer, you guys. Life coaches are not
him helping and teaching us how to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like imagine 4 black men meeting and nothing happening.
Yeah.
They just shake hands and start talking.
Yeah.
And exchanging information.
Yeah. Yeah. So I
Oh,
hope to see you at September 24th. You and the lovely Mrs. Elder come on out, and because again, that's the purpose of that event is to have you all talking and really having some in-depth conversation and just really being able to be around each other. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Mr.
said, without
Darius.
the whole aggression and all of that. So
Right.
we appreciate you, Darius, for
But before you
coming
go,
by,
Mr.
dropping
Darius,
by.
quick question.
Yes, sir.
Is it, I think Chef is still listening. Is it any advice that you can give to Chef that can help him build up motivation on making sure that his queen is taken is taken care of? Cause
I'm about to cut your mic off. We're gonna cut your mic off.
Can I get a
We have,
let me
we have to take that
He,
offline.
he is not a
Un-
picture.
Unmute his mic
Okay.
now. Unmute it. Unmute
I
it.
can't get the 10-piece thing.
I'm just saying.
10-piece lemon pepper coming through the
I
drive
told
through.
God that I would listen to y'all,
She
but
just said she told God. Do y'all did it? She
I'm
supposed to
just
listen to the
saying.
Oh,
Me
Lord.
and God had a talk, and I said I was gonna listen to y'all, but
And,
y'all
hold
take
on.
it a little too
And
far.
what was his response? What was his response?
That's why he told me to come up with the September 24th event, the listening party. That came from God. That ain't come from me. I ain't want to listen to y'all. Doggone it.
I'm telling you, hey, stop her somewhere. She's gonna have a 10-piece hitting number 40. Number 4 everywhere.
Darius
Mr.
Elder,
Elder, thank you so much.
listen. We thank you so much for being a part of this show
Thank
this
you for having
morning.
Thank
me.
you so much.
And I definitely, let's find another calendar date to get you
Yes.
scheduled
Yeah.
back in here full time. Somehow we got to get you in here to expand these services and these airways because we need you. So I thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on. And again, you have our full support from the
Yeah.
mailroom
Yeah.
and one-on-one TKO radio. And just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing. You are needed. We need you. And just thank you so much. So y'all
Y'all for the
listen,
opportunity.
this is live one-on-one TKO radio in the mailroom. When we come back, we're going to talk some more about life coaching. Don't give me that look.
This man upset. Nowhere in the Bible, ain't nowhere in the Bible that has no lemon wings.
He
Nowhere.
said the
No, he did not feed the multitude with lemon
he
pepper.
had wings.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
He have not. There was not a
Amongst the
chicken.
fish, there was chicken fish wings. Wings.
Fish wings?
Yeah, he
Tell me
had
what fish got wings on. Tell me what fish got wings on.
Darius, you find me the scriptures that talk about obedience, okay? Because Pastor G, where's Pastor Gina? She been trying to help me
Oh,
too.
this listening party gonna be fun. It's gonna be a whole bunch of couples.
Cut off the mic, Smash. You're not doing your job either. You cut off the mic.
Tell them Jesus ain't dip nothing in grease.
And stay tuned,
He ain't
y'all.
dip nothing in
101
grease.
TKO Radio. I'm sipping on my wing
He
juice.
ain't dip nothing in grease.
Bye, y'all. We be right back on the mail,
That
Jesus ain't fried nothing.
hilarious.
You the only you probably know 13 minutes. Get up, they up now. It's 13 minutes. Chicken ready.
That's okay. I'm going to do right.
She got her own time.
Thank you, Darius.
You're welcome. Thank y'all so much.
All right,
Bye,
peace,
y'all.
brother.
All right, take care.
You like your
Y'all
wings
great.
extra crispy. You need Blue Corp Financial. If you're a business owner, Blue Corp Financial is here to help you navigate the financial and protection elements of your business.
And we are back live in the studio, 101 TKO Radio. I'm your girl, TaShon of the mailroom.
If you have a pension fund, a 401k, and tax-free income.
What?
And I have LaRon, DJ Johnny Prince, Paint the Sports Guy, and we have Matt on the ones and twos of our show. And we just finished with a great session with life coach Darius Elder, and talking about life coaching, and especially for men and so forth, and with black men and so. And because this show is all about healing, even though y'all get off.
I heard a voice say what?
Y'all get on my nerves. But I love black men. I love men. And that's the reason why I'm doing this event September 24th. Don't get your tickets, y'all. You don't want to. It's gonna be off the chain. And honestly, this event did come from God. Like I joke around, but it did. Like, cause I didn't listen. I
No. That ain't true. Say it ain't so.
Yeah, you
really?
You tough when you're ready, girl.
Tell us about
it. Cause I try to pitch y'all. I do. I try to pitch y'all.
Women are natural.
I try to pitch y'all.
You know what? He only cheated
twice. She'll tell me in a heartbeat.
But y'all the ones that don't need to be fixed.
And he'll tell me in a heartbeat, don't put me on no couch. I'd be like, I ain't putting you on no couch, and I go get some little notes for my coaching class.
Wait,
I gotta secretly do it, like, because it's the teacher of me too, because I had to write everything down.
Hold on. So we sitting down having a conversation, and hold on.
But no, I used to in the beginning. I've come a long way. Thank you, Jesus. I've come a long way.
I know why. If she gonna get a notepad, she's gonna get some glasses and make sure some stockings.
Like this?
We're gonna go all the way with the stockings.
You know what?
Okay,
I can do that. Look, and he talk about say it again. I did. I admit it. And I used to try to fit men. Because I thought that's what y'all needed.
You know what, Sean?
Hold on. I'm gonna say this.
Well,
we ain't broken, but a whole lot of y'all women do wound us. And y'all gotta deal with the wounds. Y'all gotta deal with the wounds because y'all.
Here we go.
So Sean, I did.
What's the one thing that a man cannot compete with a woman? We cannot, and this is from TDJ. We cannot compete with a woman's tongue. That bad boy is sharp. It has been sharpened over time. It has destroyed nations. Let's talk about Rome. Let's talk about the other nations that have failed because a woman in her sharp tongue said some stuff that didn't make no sense. And hold on. To be queen, there was a woman who killed who? Her brother, because she wanted to be.
Yeah.
Women did this, not men.
Simply, she said, it's in our nature. We try to make it better. We do. We really do try to make it better.
We have to kill you to make it better.
If you don't listen to us, we know. Look at here now. You gonna listen or else.
You gonna die from me or of me? Which one?
Which one is it? But we admit we try to fit y'all. And being married this second time around, I went in, I said, you know what? I'm not going to fix my husband. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to listen to him. Mm-hmm. And it has, it's only been, how long we been married now? This is our 5th year, right?
Yeah, 5 years.
It's 5 years. And it's been a struggle.
But you've been listening.
It's been a struggle.
You've been listening for 5 days.
There you go. Ever since she had COVID.
You know what?
She couldn't talk, so she had no interpreter today.
You know what? God did take away my voice when I had laryngitis at this time. I said, since you ain't gonna listen, I'm gonna force you to listen. And I had to sit there and just choke it up, right?
What's the face you make?
Oh yeah, my facial expressions. Ooh. And he'd be like, I don't care about all that.
I hear you over there grunting and mumbling.
And he'll say, you say it so loud. I'd be like, yeah, I said it. And what?
So again, God provided the right partner for you.
That's why I tell people you have to ask God to send you who you need, not what you want.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Because
it is what it is.
it's because he sends you who you need, and I needed that. I will be the first one to admit I needed that male guidance. To,
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me go get my notebook. Let me go get my notebook so I can write this down.
Can you erase that?
No,
That's
Say
off
it
the
again.
book.
Wait, hold
I
on.
did
Let me
not
press
mean to
record
say
on my
that.
phone right quick. Say it again.
No,
they all go through it.
no.
One more game.
I mean,
Say it one more time
you know,
for the chef section.
being in the
Say it one
presence
more
of
time.
y'all men, I have learned a whole lot from y'all, and I
That's
have
good.
listened to y'all.
Mm.
You know, Johnny, he's helped me with a lot of nuggets. Hank, LaRon, y'all have helped me with some nuggets in this journey.
But why do we always come back to the same thing, though?
I never said I was gonna follow all of it. I just listened to y'all said listen, right? So I do take it
Okay.
in.
Let me ask you a question. That's a double standard. How come when men do that, it's a problem? Because a lot of
But
times,
y'all just don't listen.
a woman's listening doesn't mean he what you say.
Who says
my
that?
God.
Whoa, hold on, wait a minute.
Like who says y'all?
Hold on. Is that how you listen?
I mean, all we do is ask y'all to do what we ask y'all to do.
No, y'all say I'm just giving you advice, but advice means do as I say.
So y'all, why y'all can't just do it? Like,
So when y'all come and say, "Hey, you messed up," I can't say, "Well, she told me." It don't work like that.
So if y'all would just listen to us, it's not like we're gonna steer y'all wrong. Like we have good advice.
Wait.
I'm serious.
You know
like
what?
we're not gonna steer y'all wrong.
That was my mistake.
We are human. We are
Mm-mm.
human. Ain't that right, Erica? We are human. So we have we know some things and we just trying to help y'all.
But when it don't go right,
listen to us.
We know some things too, TaShon. We know some things too. So why you don't listen to us?
You see her eyes? She can't. She trying to think of something real quick. She can't.
Her lips real tight right now. Real tight right now. Real tight right now. She said, "How you gonna even the playing field?"
She'll talk about most of y'all can't drive. Why we taking advice too? Now I can drive. I can drive.
What do you do in addition to driving?
What you mean?
Women multitask all the time. Even when driving, they try and watch.
Went up and down. He said, "Why you can't back up?" I'm like, "I back up. I'm turning back around, and then I turn left, and I turn right." He'd be like, "Man, just back all the way up, like back it all the way out." I'm like, "What sense does that make?"
It's got it complicated and make it a little.
Or like we go home, right? He. Now I do admit some of the shortcuts. He does have shortcuts to get home, but I get you home safely, right? So we gonna take the scenic route. So what's the problem? People like, "Man, we should have been home like 30 minutes ago."
That's the problem. And the whole time they sitting there talking. And, talking.
You do know
that
scenic route is that opening for that conversation.
Oh, that's what it is. That's how we get y'all. I mean, hey, where y'all gonna go? Y'all ain't gonna jump out the car, right?
I don't know. Depends on how. Hey, hold on, wait a minute. How far are we from the house?
Somebody mute her mic now. Get her.
He just jumped clean up out. Hold on. He just got to the stoplight and jumped clean out the car and started walking.
But y'all know that fool did walk up East-West Connector one year, right? He was. Y'all familiar with East-West Connector?
I can see that.
It was long because I was just talking. Like I was fussing too.
He was tired.
And we parked at Chipotle because I was like, "Well, we just gonna go ahead and get something to eat." Next thing I know, he was gone.
He gone.
I think I talked about that first time. He was gone. He was walking up down East West Connector.
So how sharp was your tongue that day?
It was sharp.
Exactly.
I kept on rolling. I hunt the horn. I was like, "So you didn't want to listen to me? You didn't want to talk?"
Chef, don't worry about it, dog. We with you.
But he did. I mean, he was like, "I didn't realize East West Connector was that long." I said, "Well,
wait." One of my partners did that. Him Him and his wife got into it, and they were in Marietta.
Oh,
This fool walked the Appward.
you know what?
Oh.
Wow.
He got there 4 hours later. They gonna holler about, I ain't think it was that long. I said, boy, you are not Louisiana no more.
Nah,
Listen,
man.
I'm just saying, we do listen to y'all. We are listening. I'm learning to listen
But
to
it's
y'all.
amazing how y'all can drive us to do those, like something like just get out the car and walk, because we don't want to hear it.
Well, I
But
mean, he
y'all-
told me he was 2 hours.
Y'all really
How
don't.
sharp is your tongue?
Yeah, women
know,
really
the
don't
other-
listen.
We don't.
Y'all
And
listen-
in the Bible
Y'all hear
speaks with our
words and
tongue.
terms.
You're right. We
y'all-
do.
But do
Y'all
y'all
hear
know how
words
powerful
and
your tongue
tones.
is? Do y'all know how
Yeah.
powerful it is?
Yeah, we do. And I was convicted of that.
Like other women, I've
Yeah.
seen other women tell young women
Yeah.
that there's so much power in your tongue. And
It
that's
is.
the reason why you don't have a man.
Yeah, and I have told
Yeah.
women that too, and I've learned my
That's
lesson.
scary.
I'm still learning my lesson.
That women have that power
Yeah.
and are born with.
We do. We can
Don't talk to me
hurt
no more.
you,
Don't talk to me no more.
but I had to learn. And Cassandra said we do have that, and so you have to learn. And I have been convicted of that.
But like
because
no,
I'm
but seriously, and I'm not joking. But
Yeah.
do women really realize the God power they have in their tongues?
The mature women, when you start coming into that maturity and you understand it,
That's scary though.
Go for the kill.
yeah,
That's one thing. In the argument, it doesn't happen until you make a valid point.
yeah,
You make a valid point, they go for the kill.
But they don't
Yeah.
know that.
I'm not
Guess
owning
what? That animal you just wounded
yeah,
is yours.
yeah.
Right.
And that's what I said. The mature woman, when you come into your maturity as a woman, all jokes aside, for real, like I had to learn that lesson because when I got married this time, God had to show me your mouth, like you're gonna have to stop, and that's why I was by myself for 8 years. You know what I'm saying? Like because I had to work on me, and that's why I tell women, like you have to work on yourself because the power of our tongue as a woman. We can make y'all or break y'all. And when I say
Y'all
make
can
you,
speak.
I'm saying
life
like
and
right.
death.
That's what I'm talking about. We can speak
Women
that
have
life
done
or
it
death.
over the years.
Yeah.
Y'all have actually in the Bible said
Yeah.
and spoken death
Yeah.
and life. And like and you see some of these well, like our friends and they'll say, hey, we got into this. I'm like, so what drove her to actually say this?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I just wanted to cut him deep.
Yeah.
So
A
you
scorn
actually
woman? Yeah.
wanted to hurt him like that? Okay,
Yeah.
so now he's bleeding all over the place,
And now
messing up the
yeah.
sheets in the floor,
Yeah.
and you getting mad because now there's blood everywhere, you can't get rid of it.
Right.
Because now he's hurt in his head, that wound is still open.
Yeah.
Again, the sad part is
Yeah.
that as a black community, we know this to be true, that we are doing this and we're not solving the issue. We're steady grabbing hold to it and promoting it.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that we as men aren't wrong. I'm not gonna say that.
No.
But
I'm talking about on both sides.
We're not gonna try and cut you and split you in half, though. We're not gonna try and use words or your insecurities to just destroy you. Women will actually take the private, insecure things that they know about you.
Oh yeah.
And attack you with.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm
that's
saying.
What you're saying, LeBron.
Because you got women
right.
promoting it, like, you gotta cut him down. You gotta put him in his place. And
that's why I say you have to be at a level of maturity, and you also have to understand the purpose of your relationships. And even if you're not in a committed relationship, you still have a relationship with your brothers and your father, your male friend. It still goes hand in hand, and we don't know how a lot of us women, because we've been taught by society that you're supposed to make sure that you don't let a man run over you, this, that, and other. And we have damaged men. I have damaged men with my tongue. And I've asked God for forgiveness over the years, And that's why I say you have to become at a mature level and you understand that, oh, wow, did I really do this to a brother? Did I really do this to a man that I said that I want? But I'm fussing and, arguing with him, but I'm doing these things to harm him. Because when you realize that one word can mess up somebody's life, that is dangerous. And when you get to that point of maturity, that's why I say you have to be in a not only in a sound mind and maturity, but you have to understand the purpose of who you are and who this person is to you. Because we can. I will admit there are women out here that because they've been hurt and they have not healed, they have not taken those steps to take accountability in their healing. So they're gonna make sure that the next person, and we have cut y'all, and I
A
want to
better
apologize.
solution.
Well,
A better solution is us realizing that every word is legitimately a curse word.
yeah, yeah, it is.
It's a curse word.
Chef says they say effing hurtful, but they still want to. And then he said brothers better understand their worth. And and I agree with that. I agree that brothers, just like people, need to know their worth.
It's the
Their
image.
value.
Like and I'm gonna
Yeah,
say this: it's the image.
yeah,
Every group wants a strong black man.
yeah,
If you look at it, and I'm just saying it across the board, whether you straight, whether you gay, they all want what? A strong black. So
yeah,
if you holding a black man in such high regard,
yeah,
and he's the leader of your household, that shining emblem that everybody sees and wants, but they don't know when he go in that house, he got to tuck his cape in and put his head down,
yeah,
because the queen that's supposed to be uplifting him
yeah,
is just cutting. I mean, like, go and take your shirt. Why you got all these on your back like you've been whipped, man? That's
yeah,
what goes on.
yeah,
Like those scars don't go away, and they get infected every time you sit there and try to have a conversation,
yeah,
and it leads back to insecurities and things being like that. That's one thing that I see why young guys go to
yeah,
older women, because they realize in their older age,
yeah.
I can't act like that because I don't have a name.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
some
I
of them.
can't act like that.
Some of them, yeah,
Some of them.
Some of
But
them.
a
yeah,
lot of them have been alone long enough and realize that silence of being alone speaks loud.
yeah, yeah,
And they get the picture, oh, I'm the reason why I'm alone. Because I
yeah,
see a whole lot of posts of some of these older women, and I'm gonna be honest. And Toya, my wife would say, they off the chain. I mean, have bodies out this world at
yeah,
50 and 60, but they're alone.
yeah. They
I
are.
got
I mean, like literally by themselves and nobody's with them. It's like, how can you look like that and put that image up and you by yourself?
Yeah,
Could be your time.
I want to switch the energy and
yeah,
put the focus on yes, the tongue is definitely powerful. A woman's tongue is definitely powerful. But please know, ladies, for those that are listening, that you have way more power in your femininity, in your submission. You know, your tongue can, you can
Uh-oh, he
hurt
said that
a
S
man
word.
or two or three, right? But if a woman operating in femininity, she can heal a nation. And I need you to understand that. That's where your power is. You are more powerful in your femininity. And if you're
Hey,
able
Prince,
to submit, you
Prince,
have
explain to
way
the
more.
submission. Hey, Prince, explain that submission part. You don't want them to. You said the S word. Explain that, brother. Go. Hey, I like how you go deep on that, bro. Explain
This
that
is
you
submission
said
part.
submission?
Yes.
yes.
Oh,
submission. Yes,
Yes.
okay.
submission.
I mean, I agree with you.
Hold on.
Yes.
Have faith.
A woman, a woman,
We cutting off
woman
these
that just
mics today, boy.
listen now. Understand,
Y'all
women, ladies,
talking too much.
understand. In your submission, you are leading from the
Yeah,
rear. I'm trying to tell you
yeah.
something.
I
Nothing
agree with you.
moves. Nothing moves without the approval of the queen. The man leads. Yes, he's up there.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah,
But
Nothing.
he reached back. Baby, look. This is what's going on.
yeah.
What should I do?
I'm
What
submissive.
you think is
I've learned
best
to
for
be
us?
submissive.
All right. So
Prince.
you know what
And it's
you
real.
explaining too though, Prince,
Yeah, that's
is
real.
something that a lot of men don't understand as well. And I like that you just stated something that also is showing that submission that man is doing as well.
Come on now.
Yeah,
The
Come on.
relationships is that, and I get it. You know, we got the society basically stating about the alpha male and whatnot, and pushing that narrative
Hmm.
and saying that the woman should be the only one basically submitting because they love pulling that one verse from out of the
Mm-hmm.
Bible dealing
yeah,
with, the woman
Mm-mm.
submit to the man. But men, you definitely still have to understand, in order for her to submit to you, you
That's
also
right.
have to pour energy into her, meaning that
That's
You have
you're
to
right.
yeah,
submit
submitting to
to.
her as well.
That's right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
got to submit
You're,
to. And,
Yeah.
and
you're
ain't nothing
submitting.
wrong with it. Listen,
Right.
That's
it
right.
is what
That's
it is.
right.
Right.
That's right.
What do you
That's
think,
right.
Johnny?
I agree. You're submitting to her leadership.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just what it is. You're
Yeah.
submitting
Yeah.
to her
Hey,
leadership.
Prince,
That's just
we've
what it
been
is.
married this long, buddy. And
Yeah.
before I walk out the door, I will go, where you going? And I'll tell her where I'm going.
Yes.
I'm
That's
going
right.
to tell her
That's
I'm
right.
going to stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is
And my
submission.
kids look at me because they'll try, like, where you
Yeah.
going? I'm like, none of your business.
And it's mainly too, especially the world that we live in, it's the safety, because things are happening.
I
you
love
just,
it though. I love the fact that
I love
you
being
care
able to
so much
tell my
about,
wife where I'm
okay,
going.
where you going?
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
You know
right.
what?
Me
I
too.
like my woman to take her role. I did sign a piece of paper that says I now belong to you.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
have the
Right.
right to ask me those questions.
That's
And
right.
it doesn't, and
I
it's
don't
not in
I
a
don't feel bad
belonging
about it.
as it's
Okay.
not in a belonging as in property. So don't
No.
get
Right.
that
Right.
wrong. But
No.
I do.
Right.
We belong to each other, and
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
she
right.
holds me accountable, and I hold her accountable. And my
That's
wife
right.
just
Exactly.
said something that I am actually going to talk about Wednesday. Is the femininity and the masculine actually should be balanced in both sex. Because
Absolutely.
at
Yeah.
some point, a man does have to understand that I have to connect emotionally, not only
yeah.
to my wife, but to my kids
Yeah.
as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
And because just like with her, the way that she grinds at work, the way that she
Yeah.
holds herself down, a man will look at that as being you being too masculine, and that's not.
Yeah.
It's just she's doing what she needs to do
That's right.
on
Right.
her part, and just because I'm a stay-at-home dad due to my disability, a lot
Yeah.
of men or a lot of women look at it as being, oh, well, you taking the
The feminine
stay-at-home
role.
route, and that's
Yeah.
feminine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know what? I embrace it because that's the thing that's needed in
That's right.
our relationship.
Right.
You might
Right.
not need that in
What to do
yours.
for your relationship.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the same thing, and I'm with you because the same thing you said about me, I work from home.
Yeah.
And my wife leaves the house and has to, because of what she does, she has to
So
leave
you
the
just be
house.
sitting down playing on them video games and stuff, ain't doing that. While your wife
Lord.
out there working,
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my God.
y'all
What we
just
just said
sitting
about
at
Tom?
home.
What did we just say about
Y'all
Tom?
just sitting at home, LaRon, baking pies.
No. I'm the one you
Oh,
call and
hell
saying your
no.
internet ain't working and everything ain't working in your
That's
house.
what y'all
I'm
doing.
that guy. I got stuff.
That's what y'all doing. Y'all just sit up. What you do, Matt? You sitting at home too?
Cut her mic now.
He said, no, my bad.
I did my time in my box truck. I worked 10 years outside installing. I'm inside now.
He said, my box truck outside.
But the thing is, though, I
But I
appreciate
mean, it's
that
true,
because
yeah.
working from home the last 3 years,
Yeah.
I've connected so strongly with my family because
Yes.
on a
Yeah.
day-to-day basis,
Yeah.
whatever their needs are, wants from me, I can fulfill.
Shut talking about, that part. Buy me a video game. Christmas time. And I
Hey,
ain't buying that PS.
hey.
I ain't buying that $5,000 game.
Listen,
What you say, the who?
2K26 months, 2 weeks.
Oh,
hey,
Lord.
I'm over a 25-year Madden player.
Oh,
I'm a vet.
Lord.
I could dance on the water and not get wet.
Right, Lisa, and that's the part that we as women need to understand, and that they're still the head of your household. We just have to turn that vision around that we've been accustomed to. The man goes out and works, He's still provided. If you're at home, you're still providing.
That's
You
right.
see what I'm saying?
Hey, that's,
Because you're providing something for your family, and
Correct.
that's what
That's right.
we haven't.
but that's that corruption.
See,
That's that
but
corruption
that's
that they
corruption.
fed. That's that corruption
Yeah.
society has
Yeah.
fed into our brain
Yeah.
to make
That's
us
right.
to separate the man from the
Yeah.
house, keep him out working,
I
keep
agree.
him separated from his wife, from his kids, so that he can't sit and instill in them. Matter of fact, that both parents can instill at the same time. That's why society is broken the way that it is. Let's keep this community separate because we automatically know if they connect and if they build, we are in trouble. And it's not
That's
in
right.
trouble as in, oh, they're gonna kill us. It's because they got this thing is if we become more aware of what our worth is as
right.
a community, that we're gonna sit and we're gonna take everything from them. That shows that material for them is important. And so over the years, they instilled into the Black community the same thing: make materials important. Because if you're making materials important, you won't worry about the fact that your family is what your worth is. Because
But you know what?
Yeah.
Hey, LeRon, to piggyback off that, look at what they do, though. They will not break up their family. They will not
They're not.
leave their husband.
what?
They're not.
They will not. I don't care how many mistresses he even had. You know
Even
what?
with
It's
that,
phase.
their families are broken. Their families are
They're
broken from the
broken, but they
beginning, though.
refuse to do. Right,
Yeah.
but the thing is, our counterparts don't do exactly what we're doing. They don't break up their family.
No, they don't. And I've witnessed that. I have some girlfriends of the others, and they will not. They will
They
not.
will not
They will
leave their home.
stand by their family, and we don't. We're quick to throw y'all away. I'm the
And
first
that's
one
an
to admit.
example, right? It don't even have to be over cheating. It could be, well, my life has changed. I'm going in a new direction.
Yeah.
So whatever
That
it
was
is.
something when I took this journey again. I literally again I talk about it in my book the healing process. I didn't go in depth with it. I talked about it through my coaching because I want women to understand there are going to be some things in your marriage. There are going to be some ups and downs, and you have to find out what you can tolerate and what's your that thing that can break that will just absolutely break you. Cheating is not always the end all. You know, there are a lot of other things that can break a person, but we're quick to go to cheating because that's the easy go to. But you have to do what most of us, and I say us because I was one in that category. I would throw y'all away if you made a mistake because I'm like, my thing was I could do bad by myself. I don't need to go through other issues with other folks or whatnot because again, I didn't understand my worth. I didn't understand the purpose of relationships. You know what I'm saying? So if you did something, I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm gonna keep giving you a chance, but then that pushes me further back into this whole independent woman. So I'm gonna still have. Because I talk about in my book. I didn't need a man, but others to have a baby. I wanted to. I needed him. I needed a man to. I knew I wanted a family. So I was like, okay, I got everything else. I got my house, my car, my job, my career, everything else. But I know I need a man to have a child. And so what did that do? I put him in that category. You right there. I only need you on the ovulation days or whatever. Everything else I got. I don't need your money. I don't need any of that. But then it hurt me in the long run again because it's like I still long for that relationship, but I already pushed me into the side. I don't need you anymore. So when I had to do my healing part of being by myself and reconnect myself with God and reconnect myself, with me, then I was like, oh, it's okay for me to need y'all. Like it's okay that y'all gonna make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna do stuff. We're gonna do stuff. It's how you work together and what you do and come up with a solution. So I mean, we do.
I don't know about
We're
y'all.
quick.
I know that I'm doing okay right now, but I need me a wife. I need mine. I need
Right.
mine. And for all
Like
those
I
men out
need.
there, so they don't
Yeah.
need no woman. Nah, y'all sadly
Right.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Doing the other thing.
What you say?
Everybody on this team is
Listen,
woman.
Right. And
I
the same
tell my
thing.
wife that all the time, like, baby, I don't want you. I need you.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
let her know
okay.
that. I
It's
let her
okay
know,
for a
hey,
woman, and that's why I tell women, it's okay that you need a man. It's
I
okay
don't
if
want
you
no.
desire
All
a
right.
man.
So
It's what you desire. Like,
Break it down.
it's
Break it
okay.
down.
yeah, let me make some scholars mad and
Talk
say
about it.
that I don't like English, the language, period. I don't like words. And you have Webster and all this, and my wife laughs at me about this, but you can change the meanings to words so much. And a lot of women, especially our black women, unfortunately, will get mad when they feel that a black man can't speak correct English, and they use your tongue. But I don't like English because now here I am listening to you, TaShon, say
Mm-hmm.
talk about one word that is being misused so much, being independent. It is nothing
Mm-hmm.
wrong with being independent, but the way that it's being used and described as
Yeah, it makes it
being
negative.
true, it makes it negative because
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody in a
like it's a
relationship
weapon.
needs to be
Yeah.
independent. I need to be independent
absolutely.
from my wife. I
That's right.
which
Right.
what that does for me is that allows my
Yeah.
wife to go on her girls trips and be
You're
gone
right.
for a whole month, and I
Yeah.
still be able to function. That's me being
That's right.
independent.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's her
And
being
that's what we,
independent.
yeah. And that's why we do change the narrative of that word because, again, if you were a single woman, you didn't come out your womb in a relationship. So of course you're
Exactly.
gonna be independent.
That's
Yes.
You're
right.
gonna
That's
pump
right.
your own gas. My dad,
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with my dad pumping my gas. I had to pump my own gas. I didn't have a man to pump my, so naturally you are independent.
You sound like my grandmother.
And
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 ain't enough
so I had
independent
to
men
learn
out there.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
That's
but
right.
I had to
That's
learn,
right.
I had to relearn that word as well. Because when I got with Chef this time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that he knows I'm independent. And then my girlfriends are like, well, yeah, he already knows you. If you've been living on your own and
Exactly.
he knows that you got to do
Exactly.
stuff, you're independent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the constant throwing out there that the independent is kind of a turn off.
Right.
Right.
What are you trying to
That's
say?
common
Right,
sense right there.
right.
You basically telling me I don't need you
Yeah. And that's
off the break.
right.
Like, what am I here for?
Exactly. And Chef did tell me that when we first got married, I struggled with him. Like I struggled because I was like, okay, here's this man that wants to do for me. You know, I
And
always
you
talk,
scared.
and I'm scared. I tell the story about when he was driving my car, and he laid $300 on the counter one day. He dropped my car off, and I said, "What's this for?" He was like, "Go get your oil change." And I have a Beamer, so that's how much the oil change cost. I freaked out, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm not lying. I freaked out. I said, "I don't need your money. I got it. I'm on a budget. I already got a plan. $300. I got it."
But see,
Mm.
and Chef,
And
You see the head?
Chef,
See the
Yeah,
head?
yeah. I'm pretty sure she got a
and I
head
did. I
and
was
this.
like, I
Chef
was
old school. Chef
mad.
old school.
He is. And he said he thought I was playing, but I was dead serious. So we argued about I argued about it because he was like, if I drove your car needs oil change. He said, I just can't take it up there right now. Just go ahead and make the appointment with Chris. Here it is. I'm paying for it.
So you
I
would have been
said,
even worse. You would have been even madder if he hadn't gone, if he had gone and did it himself.
That's right.
Now,
Yep.
I was
Yep.
okay with that because I was prepared. You know why? Because in the past, I was the one who did all of this stuff in the relationship. So I never had the man to do anything for me like that.
That young man
So
was raised right.
he was,
That young
and
man was raised
that
right.
$300 sat on that counter
But you know
for
what the
some
thing is?
weeks, and then I finally was like, okay, let me
Let
go
me
and
ask you
get
this,
this
TaShon.
oil
That was the
change.
right. That was the right thing to do, though. That's like
Let me
if
let me
we
ask
You
y'all
talking
this.
about it was a loan? It wasn't no loan. You gave me that money. Look, now you talking about it was a loan. It wasn't no loan.
pay back.
I mean, that was no loan because I could afford it myself.
Chef, go ahead and foreclose on that loan, Chef. Go on foreclose
That
on
was
that
no
loan,
loan.
Chef.
See, that's the reason why we don't be taking no money from y'all because y'all always put that stuff as a loan. That wasn't no loan.
Repayment.
I could pay for my own.
Let me
Prince
ask
wasn't.
all of y'all this. Let me ask all of y'all this because you brought up something very, very important, right? So
Mhm.
when a woman and a man when they figured out, you know what, I'm doing this wrong. I need a partner. I need a partner,
Yeah.
and I know the importance of having a partner, right? When they come to
Yeah.
that understanding, that realization, should there be a decompressed period? When I say decompressed, meaning the idea of society, the ideas, like how you said, I don't need your money, I got it.
Yeah.
You got to come down from that. You got to
Yeah.
unlearn that before you bring somebody in. So now,
Yeah.
should there be a time for you to unlearn that before you kind of bring somebody in? Because you don't want to bring nobody in with that same mentality, even though you understood.
But Prince,
the
they don't
importance of a
know.
partner.
They don't. The thing is, people, we've been conditioned to believe this
Right.
is right. So they don't know it's
Mhm.
wrong until you find
Right.
yourself in that relationship
Right.
and you realize that, oh crap, this is a trigger. Because I had to go through the
Yeah.
same thing with my wife, with Lisa, that I did not understand some of the
Did you?
stuff that
Yeah.
bothered me until
Yeah.
it's like we had a spell where she turned her phone down.
Mhm.
And I really never paid attention to it until
Mhm.
one day we was watching TV and I just so happened to turn around and she turned the phone down. And I mean, in my head, you had like a red line go through my head. And
Yeah.
I started boiling and getting nervous. I said, oh Lord, she cheating on me. Because that's
Yeah.
what happened when in my marriage. But
Yeah.
it wasn't that.
Right.
Is again, so if you're being conditioned and to feel that, dang, I don't need a man to take care of me because all the men that I've dated, which we don't take
Yeah.
responsibility of the people that we date,
Right.
all the men
Right.
that I've dated, has screwed me over. Now I'm having to do all this by myself. I don't need no man to take care of me. So now you condition yourself to believe this. And then when someone comes in and pays attention to you, you get offended, or you know, you take it the wrong way. And so you have to just go through that process. You unfortunately have to be in a good relationship.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
Because I didn't know that was still a trigger for me. I thought because I'm like, okay, I'm ready for a relationship or whatever. Until again, I was put in a place where I needed my husband, and it was okay. You know, Janice says I could pay for my own, but I can't appreciate my husband doing it, and that's what made a difference. It's like,
absolutely.
He knows I can pay for the car, the oil change. He knows I could do that, but it was him being that gentleman and being raised to, hey, if I drove her car, then it's only right for me to put gas and to take care of it. But I didn't see it like that until I was actually, because mind you, I hadn't been in a relationship 8 years prior to that. So all of the stuff that I was learning, relearning, now it was put into play that now I'm in a relationship. So after that fiasco, a couple of weeks, the money sat on the table, on the counter, then I was like, oh, so he doesn't want anything from me? Like, I don't have to do anything because this was my past. So it's like, oh, wait a minute. I did ask God to send me a husband that was going to be a husband for me. You know what I'm saying? And not just what I was accustomed to.
Could you imagine back in the Bible if the women had to go out and hunt?
They did though.
We will never get it.
They did.
They did. Yeah. That's the thing. That's what men nowadays don't understand.
Right.
They did.
Imagine if all the things in the Bible that said a man did and did for his wife. Imagine if we didn't. That's a part of our job. Our job. I'm not ashamed to say my job is to take care of my wife and my children.
Right.
That's to me, that is my pride. Forget about the cars, house. Look at them and see them smiling. That's my pride.
Erica says,
those kids and my wife.
Erica says that's the key word, a good relationship, and that is a key word. Now that you're in a good, healthy relationship that you're healed from. Lisa says, I now enjoy being spoiled by my man.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I'm enjoying, like, I'm learning to enjoy.
Do you know how good it makes us feel when we see y'all with y'all ring on and people looking at y'all like, oh,
that's right.
Like, do you know how that makes us feel? Like, we just stand there with our little hat on, like, aiming, smiling, but like, I make you see.
You see my baby trying to get some kudo points.
I know you see it.
I got you, baby.
I know you see it.
You measure a man by the size of the smile on his woman.
What?
That's right.
And
you know what? My aunt told me that when she first.
Say that loud.
It said you measure a man by the size of the smile on his woman.
Come on, man.
My baby got a big smile. Okay.
All right.
When they met Chef, that was the first thing. My great aunt, who's 92 now. Y'all say happy birthday to my great aunt. She turned 92.
Hey, great. How you doing?
My great aunt and my late grandmother, rest in peace, they both said the same thing. They said, we've never seen Sean smile this hard. Because they knew I didn't smile like this when I was my first marriage. And they knew that's what made them fall in love with Chef. Like, they didn't do all of that with my first husband, but they said that was the first thing they said. They were like, Sean is smiling. And that's what you see in my wedding pictures. That's what you see, me smiling. We have our ups and downs too, but I'm smiling. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, okay, I can count. And my great aunt told me, she said, it's your time to rest. Because she already knew
that's right.
The previous relationships, what I had been doing. I've been taking care of the man, which is okay if it's reciprocated. You see what I'm saying?
There you go.
Like, you gotta take care of both.
That's the other part.
Right. You have some demands or something like
I did.
You done bought rims in your past.
You did. That's what I'm saying.
You done paid a car note or two and ride that bad boy.
I did. I paid car note.
How many times you co-signed?
Co-sign was my middle name. Trinette co-sign call you.
But
And
the
what's
thing is,
crazy?
though,
Because I co-sign for everybody riding around. Oh, I'm flashing back. I'm flashing back.
but the thing is,
She
though,
riding on the passenger side of my car that I done
you
co-signed.
ain't never got it.
And he riding around in it.
You do the hard.
Negro. And then you gonna tell me to catch Marta? What? Oh, I'm flashing back. Okay. Thank you, Jesus, for delivering.
But it's something about those old people because they knew. Like they can look at you and they can tell about your relationship.
Yeah.
Those old people can can look at you and just be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Like my wife's grandmother, bless her soul, she was like, baby, you still in love with her. You ain't got no common sense. You just sitting in here, just smiling. You don't know nobody.
Yeah.
But they can tell. They can just have this sense about you and you can. And the thing is, they don't sugarcoat. They tell you the truth. Yeah. Whether how hard it may hit you, it is what it is. And sometimes
Thank you, Stephanie.
You need to hear that from some of those people. Right?
Thank you. I'm giving a shout out to Stephanie in Detroit. She come back. I'm sneaking and watching her work. Thank you, Stephanie, for tuning in. That's your people. Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah,
Thank you.
She dope. Hey, listen, real quick. I know we got 10 minutes left, right?
I know, right?
I want to ask this question, and it might be a spinoff for another show, right? It came to me a couple days ago. I said, I'm going to say this on TaShon. Can femininity and feminism survive in the same space?
That's a good question. Because I'm struggling with mine right now. Yeah. And we've had this conversation because I've been in a role, and he asked me, he said, why? And so I said, because I've been so strong and I've been so hard grinding in my business and making my dream work. And now I'm trying to learn how to rest knowing that I have a partner now that's with me. Because again, those triggers, as Erica said, sometimes those triggers in women are still there. It's not that we want them, but the reality is when you've been broke and you've been taken for your money, that trigger sometimes is still alive and well. And I'm just speaking from my end. You know what I'm saying?
It's balance.
Right. And that's something, and that's why I tell people I'm not perfect. Even as a coach, I'm transparent about that. I'm like, that's something that I'm working back on because sometimes that trigger is, and I tell coaching, one of my fears is being broke. Like, because I was broke before in a relationship, and that's something I don't never want to be in. I don't mind struggle. I understand struggling to being an entrepreneur, but when you're broke due to somebody else, you know what I'm saying?
That's a hard pill to swallow, boy. That is a hard
It is. So that femininity in that relationship that you're talking about, Johnny, that is a good show, and we need to discuss that because we shouldn't be hard as women in our relationship because again, that it still kind of oversteps y'all's boundaries. It's too because it's still saying that I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna take the reins.
I mean, I think a feminist, like you could be a feminist,
right,
and still have your femininity in the same space.
Yeah.
But the problem comes in with radical feminism.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
Right. Yeah,
that's true.
Because I was finna say, and she just said it for me. Lisa does it on a daily basis, and I applaud her for that. And it's nothing that offends me about it because I still have to do the same thing myself. And again,
and I need to get with you, Lisa, because I need help on that. You know, especially the Sagittarius woman.
The thing is, it's still just I'm going through the process of reprogramming myself, and that's really what this year has been about for me is reprogramming myself and taking the blue pill instead of the red pill.
Yeah.
And
so let's talk about that on another show because that is a good. What were you saying, Matt?
Well, I was basically saying that because the difference is when radical feminists, like a normal feminist, can be a feminist without making it everything about a man's problem. Like it's because a man did this. But a radical feminist, she won't let you still be a man while being a feminist. It's all women or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's more demasculation with a radical feminist. With a normal, sensible feminist, you know what I'm saying? She still knows that as a man, he's still a man. You know what I'm saying? He's still and
that's my wounded animal.
Right, exactly. I can't expect this dog to protect me when I've been lashing my dog all week. You know what I'm saying? How I'm looking to my protector when I'm the one beating my protector. You can't. How does it go hand in hand?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, baby, for not wounding me any worse than what I was before I got you, baby. Thank you.
So listen, Dr. Johnny, make sure you take note of that because I want to discuss that, especially coming from y'all's perspective and what you all see, because a lot of us women, we do struggle with, especially entrepreneur women and whatnot, because we're trying to learn that balance and so forth. And I don't want to be strong like that. I don't want to be that. I mean, so listen, it's a lot.
Where a lot of it's like a role reversal.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Not in this day and time. Because I want y'all.
Emotionally, women are disconnecting from them and saying, "Look, I'm all about my money."
Right.
She leaving you $50 on the counter here.
Right. That's why I started eliminating the word hustling and grinding from my vocabulary because that's putting me. It puts me in a different.
Again, curse. Those words again. All words are curse, and once you start saying them, you actually become those words. And
which is
No, we good. I'm good.
Oh, yeah. So that's why I say I had to kind of change my words around. So listen, y'all, we're coming to the close of another great show. I be hating when we have to do this because the conversations be so good. I appreciate y'all. And next week is September, the beginning of a new month, new season is approaching. Listen, I need y'all to go on over to IamTrinetteLCollier.com for the next 30 days, or 20 some days. That's all y'all gonna see me doing, promoting this event because I need y'all to get there. We're gonna have some fire men in the building. That's gonna be continuing these discussions, these topics and so forth. And it's just time for us to hear y'all. I enjoy it. All jokes aside, I do enjoy listening to y'all. Y'all get on my nerves, but I like y'all. I like y'all. Y'all men good. God created good guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, but for real. I enjoy y'all. I didn't cut off y'all mic though.
Yeah, she be trying to make it seem so nice. Oh, I hate for the show to end. She be trying to get us off so we can get off. Okay.
But I do. I do. I love y'all.
Away from the chicken.
Let me hear you get off this show. We got you, Shell.
I said September 1st. I got y'all. I'm gonna take accountability
for the next couple days.
I don't think I don't want any more wings or anything for the next couple of days. I'm good.
I'm looking for the excuse in my head for September the 1st.
But I will be probably. I don't know. I just feel like it's coming on. Not
National
tonight.
Chicken Day.
It is National Chicken Day. Y'all know that's a real holiday, right? National Chicken Day. So I might go get some Popeyes or something.
I found that honey obey seasoning recipe. I'm gonna cook me some.
Oh, you did? Okay, well then don't be talking on air about it. Send it to me then.
So go post your pic.
I'm gonna wait to September the 1st to cook.
You know what?
When you're vulnerable.
You know what? Y'all just do me so wrong on this show.
Listen, it's not you. It's not
me.
It's us.
Oh God.
You know what? Make sure y'all tune in to 101TKORadio.com so you can hear all the great personalities, including our own Matt the Smoke Show, right? That's right, on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Oh, that's what's up.
12:30, 2:30, yes. And listen, y'all come back next week, same time, same place, 10 o'clock. Don't do that, LaRon. Don't do that. I said he's talking about same wings. Don't do that. You're right. September 1st. That's the whole September month, right?
Oh, God.
So September 1st is actually on the Thursday. Oh, God.
Over the next couple of days, Lord.
It's
she
on
crying.
Thursday.
She already feeling the pain already. She started crying.
Oh, that means, what'd you say? No. Oh, that's right. It is Labor Day weekend.
You can get it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Labor Day weekend. That's National.
Hey, Monique, girl. How you doing, girl? It's Labor Day weekend. Okay, y'all gonna have to. Okay. Okay, so how about the next week? Another week.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
You know what?
And it went from 24 days down to 14.
That's all right. Joy, come back next week. I'm going to have a good praise report. How about that? Live on One-on-One TKO Radio, y'all. It's the mailroom, and we are out. Peace.
Thanks, y'all.
Deliver her from wings.
That's all right. I'm going to do good. I'm going to have a praise report for y'all. Bye, y'all.
Peace, y'all.